As always, we begin this video right where we left off in the previous, and if you're having a hard time following or you, you start in the middle here of the series, you can just do a search for Beginner Day Trading Introduction and do a filter by date. You should end up being able to find this and just go to videos and maybe sort from oldest to newest and just follow along. I thought I was going to move on to resistance and support with just a brief intro to position, but I think that I have a little bit more to say about volume versus price, so let's see how long that takes and whether we get to anything else in this video. I'm here at the watch list portion of Webull.com, our trading site that we're using for paper trading. I've blown up the recording screen, so I'm showing just AUMN. And last time we covered some of this, but I wanted to point something else out. This is a screenshot where I've frozen the previous video. I believe it's video number 6 where I started talking about volume. This is the end of the video, and if you'll notice, I talked about how it turned out that volume, whether high or low, seemed to be related to the price because the curves that I drew were similar. But there's something else to this. This is just showing you volume and the price of a share. What it's not showing you, though, are the candlesticks. We are back at where we were just a few seconds ago, Webull.com, our watch list, AUMN. And so here you see, like before, that we already know it tracks volume, and you can see the little dots and the candlesticks more or less following volume. This is actually the price per share, right? But some of these are candles, but most of these open and close. They're doji candles, right? So we already know they open and close at the same price. And not always, but most of the time, the candlesticks have a lot more volume in that period. What I'm trying to get at is, yes, while price is fluctuating with volume, typically, but not always, but very typically, these little doji candles where they open and close the same in a period tells you in that moment, in that period, there are very few, it could be 2 people, a buyer and a seller, that transacted. And you can see that because, and it's too bad I'm not recording this during a live trading day. When you're looking at the graph as it is live, you see the candle changing, growing in size, turning red, turning green, the wick going up, going down. That tells you there's a lot of people, certainly more than 2, involved, and that's why, in other words, what I'm trying to say is it's very difficult to have a large number of people cause these dots. I just don't see how a large number of people involved in trading in a given period, like where these little dots are, the doji candles, cause by some chance the open and close to be the same with no wick, no high, no low. Like, how does that happen? So it's not enough to have volume. It's also important to have buyers and sellers, and that's typically where you see these candles. If we take a look at another stock like CFMS, that you can see that there's more people transacting here, and same with SXTC. Okay, we covered what I wanted to say about volume versus price and trading. Let's go a little bit into position. We're viewing, again, Webull.com. Down here at paper trading, you've seen the watch list before. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't remember. This is a position box. You can get that by going to this little, I don't know, like a little suitcase or a box. It says widget settings. Click on that, and you can get positions right there. And right now, we only have CFMS, where we apparently had bought 100 for about $70, and right now we're not doing too good with it, but who cares? And it says long and short. So I want to talk about what is position and long and short. According to Investopedia, a position is the amount of a stock that is owned by an individual. So a trader, us, takes a position when we make a purchase through a buy order. When we put in a buy order for the 100 shares of CFMS, we took a position in CFMS. We could also say that when we first bought those 100 shares of CFMS, we opened a new position. If I was to turn around and sell them at some point in the future, I'm going to be exiting or closing the position. I will no longer have a position, or I would have taken an opposite position. I believe that's also correct. Don't quote me on that. All right, so now that we know that we are holding a position in CFMS, then the question becomes, what is long and short? And for our case, it's very simple. Having a long position in a stock means you own the stock. And I can tell you right now, for what we're going to be doing, day trading, what we're going to be buying and selling shares, we are always going to be holding long positions, and that's really all you need to know. Okay, so in this video, we did cover a little bit about position, what I had to say about volume, price, and trading, and I'm not going to start this because this merits a separate video. See you in the next video.